5 of the best truck engines you can buy. Number 5, the Chevy Vortec 5.3 liter V8. I speak from experience because I owned a truck that had one of these engines and it exceeds all expectations. And its reputation over the last 20 years speaks for itself. This was obviously before GM decided to put active fuel management into their V8s, and this allowed this engine to go 300, 400,000 miles without a hitch. Now, the transmissions that they mated them to, well, that's a whole different story for another day. Number 4, the 5-liter Coyote V8 from Ford. This is a naturally aspirated V8 that's derived from the likes of the Mustang and has been around for decades at this point. Its reputation precedes itself. I consistently hear of people getting well over 300,000 miles out of this engine in their F-150s, and maintenance is pretty cheap at this point. Parts are pretty cheap. Not sure regarding the newer 5.0s if they're as good as the older ones were, but from what I hear, it's still one of the best truck engines you can buy compared to, some of the smaller displacement 4 cylinders or the turbocharged engines. Number 3, the 4.3 liter V6 from GM. This came out at around the same time as the Vortec 5.3, and both of those engines, including the 4.3, are known to go hundreds of thousands of miles without a hitch. When I say GM was in their bag in the early 2000s, late 90s, they were in their bag. There is a diehard group behind the 4.3 V6. A lot of people love that engine, and I can't blame them. It's a wonderful design. It gets relatively good gas mileage, being a smaller displacement, and they last forever. Number 2, the naturally aspirated 5.7 liter iForce V8 from Toyota. Now, this engine has been discontinued, unfortunately, to be replaced by a twin turbo V6 that sucks, but this engine was legendary. I mean, people loved it. There was a giant community behind this specific Tundra with this engine. It was out for decades, I believe, multiple decades. It didn't get great gas mileage, but who cares? You're in a full-size pickup, you don't think about gas mileage. And it would go 500,000 miles. Definitely one of the best truck engines out there, and it was kind of slept on because it wasn't an American-made engine. It was Toyota. But people that were looking for solid reliability and towing capability would go for the 5.7 because they knew they would get years and years of good service out of them. And finally, number 1, the small block 350 from GM. These engines had everything going for them. I mean, they were dirt simple to work on. They were super cheap to fix. They would go 500,000 miles. They didn't make any power. Gas mileage sucked. But that didn't matter because these engines were built to last. No frills, no electronics, no tech. Simply put the key in and you'd go. You still see them all over the road today. And this small block V8 really goes back to GM's original roots back in the 50s and 60s. This engine came out and was introduced to the market, and it was out for 40 years before they updated it to the small block 5.3. And honestly, easily the best truck engine ever made. I swear a 10-year-old could fix and diagnose a small block 350. They are that simple to work on. They got good towing capability. You can pull with them. They start every time without a hitch. They can go 400,000 miles. I don't see why you wouldn't want a small block 350 in your driveway.